Good morning, world. Rise and shine. Um, Again, not entirely sure what I'm talking about today, um, other than kind of what first peaked or showed up as a little seed. I really invite anyone to put forward any questions or thoughts they might want explored, or ideas or pieces of learning, because I'll totally speak to them if I can. And but the one thing that piqued me was I watched a sequencing of videos of people talking about their experiences in lockdown, and I was really struck by a repeated phrase that I noted, which was something to the effect of, "I've lost my life." And I found it very powerful to hear that phrase said so many times, especially by those of us who are surviving. So, first of all, I really, really, from the deepest part of all of my heart and my cells, want to honor and thank every frontline worker out there. All of the healthcare professionals, all of the doctors, all of the delivery drivers, all of the folks showing up to shop shifts. And I also really want to honor everyone else who lost their job. It is a very shocking experience to go from being employed to not. It is one most people, or many people, won't have had the experience of until now. And so to have an experience like that at a time when that's a collective experience is very powerful. I want to talk about this phrase because I think if a word had been added, like if my life as I know it has ended, then that seems to be a little more accurate. And I want to look at that a little bit today. The teachings of shamanism, as most major religions, are really teachings that explore duality, so life and death, and both are honored with equal measure. And so as the ways that we know the world and ourselves are dying, they are, we are losing the lives that we knew. But I want to look at that. Angeles Arian, amazing teacher, I mentioned her already. She passed away a couple years ago. In all of her anthropological studies over 30 years, she understood that there were 4 universal addictions. And one of those universal addictions is the addiction to needing to know. And I think in some ways that is what is dying here, because there is so much daily for us right now with this virus that is unknown. And we are so deeply having to step into the experience of not knowing. This teaching came up personally for me just as I was first engaging with a medicine wheel training on my own independently. And I had worked with a medium who didn't know me, didn't know anything about me. We'd not spoken. And we got on the phone. She was a Mesa carrier, though. She was actually a shamanic practitioner. And she said to me in the second sentence after, "Okay, are you ready to start?" was, "Oh, I see you're in the north." And I was like, well, okay, that's weird. Nobody knows this except for me and my best friend. So interesting. And she's like, "I want you to answer every question I ask you with, 'I don't know.'" And I was like, "Sure, I can do that. I'm such a good student. I know things. I can say I don't know." So she starts, I think what her first question was, "Do you love the trees?" And inside me, what came out was, what was happening was like this instantaneous radical anger. Like, what the stupid effing question is that? That's ridiculous. Of course I love the trees. Da 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 da. So there's just like this whole mental tirade happening. But the only thing I'm allowed to say is, "I don't know." And it takes me probably 2 minutes. Like, it's quiet.